This book, this book right here, changed my life. This book is not about how to make money. It's not about how to do sales, not about how to manifest or how to win friends and influence people, although that is a really good one. This book, my first self help book, this manga, teaches you how to clean your room and how to clean up your closet and your kitchen and declutter. And when I tell you that this changed my life more than many of the other self help books that I have read, I am not exaggerating. So if you get to this first couple of pages, I'm not going to spoil the whole book, but it follows this woman in her 20s or 30s or something. I was like 14 when I read this, so I obviously didn't relate to a lot of it, but she's got this really cluttered apartment. And although it looks super exaggerated, a lot of you guys actually live like this. And as someone who has worked many houses, cleaning, decluttering, doing things that I probably wasn't getting paid enough to do, I have seen this in so many different cultures, socioeconomic classes. It seems like no one is immune to this potential reality that one day you wake up and your life is a mess, everything's cluttered, but it's your new normal and you don't even realize how it's actually affecting you. Now, some of you guys might relate to this, especially if you grew up in immigrant households or just cultures where a very busy and I would say messy, for lack of a better word, house is normal, or apartment, wherever you are living, if it's a hut even, where things kind of just are set wherever and not everything has its own place. It's normal to see stuff on the ground randomly. Dishes usually don't get done immediately. These little things are part of the culture, right? Because it's been passed down for generations and generations, these habits that we haven't recognized how they're actually affecting us. It can be so hard to break free from this because it's just normal. Like, that's the way things are done. Why would you do your dishes now if you can do them later? Why would you get rid of something if it might be useful in a couple of years? Especially if you grew up in poverty or just a situation where you couldn't buy things that you needed or even just buy things that you wanted. You're probably used to hoarding. Sorry, I don't like that word, but you're probably used to hoarding things that you haven't used in a long time and you probably won't ever use, but just in case the day comes where it's useful, at least you have it there and you don't have to buy it again. But then your house is so messy that you probably forgot where it was. So it's this ultimate paradox of wanting to keep stuff so you can use it later, but then you don't even know where it is. But then you find it one day and you can't get rid of it because what if you want to use it again? To summarize why this is bad in really brief words, you and everything you own are connected. Everything you have possession of, it takes energy from you. It takes energy in your mind, in your memory, even if you forgot it existed, just the fact that it's there and that's yours, that takes up space in your brain. And if you want to be very successful in life, you've probably heard that you need to be able to focus. And how could you possibly focus if you have a closet full of a bunch of things from years back that you don't even use, but you keep them just in case? One of the parts in the book that changed my life the most was whenever the main character, she's going through her bookshelf and she's like, I can't get rid of any of these books. I mean, what if they're good? Like, I haven't even finished some of them. And it's been years that some of these books have been on her shelf and she hasn't even touched them. And I thought that's so mean because what if I want to get into the book? And look at my bookshelf back here. Although it's not very aesthetic, I would like to have nice hardcover books one day when I have a permanent apartment. Um, these books are really only the books that I genuinely want to read and I genuinely love. Because imagine how much more exciting it is to have a bookshelf full of books that excite you. Like all of your favorite books. Every book on that bookshelf is your favorite book or a book that you've been dying to read. Not just some random Moby Dick book that they gave you in grade school because they said it was a literary classic. You don't have to read every book on the planet. You can read the ones you actually want to. Who cares if everyone else says it's going to change your life? Which is ironic because this whole video is me telling you to read this book. Another way this book completely changed my outlook on life was by teaching me how to find joy in the little things, the things that I own, and even the things that I'm going to be giving away. There's a specific point in the book where she has to give away things that at one point in time made her happy. They did spark joy, but not so much as they used to. This isn't some sort of consumerist propaganda telling you to buy new things and get rid of old things so you have space to get newer, cooler things. This is to teach you that it's okay to be happy that something once served a purpose and had a place in your life, while also recognizing and understanding that it's time to let go and let it either serve someone else by giving it away, or maybe it's just used up and it no longer serves a purpose in your life. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is that I truly believe that your space is a reflection of your mind. At least for me, when I feel like everything has gotten out of hand and my mind is super disorderly, usually I take a look at the space around me and see if someone would be able to tell that through the way I am living. So whenever my environment is pretty messy and my brain feels all frazzled, the first thing I do is I clean my room. I clean my car. I make sure everything around me is clean so that I can actually think and breathe and be able to start whatever I need to start in order to get my life back together. This was a pretty long video just to tell you to clean your room, but I hope you understand the message that I'm trying to convey, and I really hope that you give this book a chance. Even if you don't like reading, it's literally a manga. It's pictures, okay? I could talk for hours on this subject, but it is 12 p.m. and it's time for me to get back to my real job. My beautiful students are waiting for me to give them corrections and program routines. So if you are interested in calisthenics, check out my other YouTube channel. If not, I will see you in the next video or podcast or wherever you are listening to me talk to you. Bye!